Hi, Eddie. How do you sum up that match? Obviously, a lot of chances, missed opportunities, and beaten well in the end.
Yeah, well, sometimes in games like this, yeah, the scoreboard's always important, don't get me wrong. But we've got a greater aim than this game. And we enjoyed being part of the party tonight. But in terms of what we want to do for the World Cup, and particularly our first game, we probably did a lot of good things. But we've got to get better in converting territory to points, and at the same time, when they get in our territory, stopping them scoring points, which is the most obvious thing. But yeah, we had 63% of the territory in the first half and behind 16-5 at half time. So a good team, that doesn't happen to them. And we're not a bad team, but we're not a good team yet. And it's just that we're going through the process of becoming a good team. So we just got to keep believing, keep working hard, and it'll come. And it might be in 2 weeks' time against Georgia. It might be 3 weeks against Fiji. It might be 4 weeks against Wales. It might be 5 weeks against Portugal. We don't know when it's going to come.
You're winless to start heading into the World Cup campaign, but do you feel like it doesn't really matter what's gone, or there's been enough progression to give you guys confidence going forward?
Oh, we're within the camp, we've got a fair bit of confidence. Obviously, we'd like to have a better win-loss record, but we've destabilised the team. We've taken away all the leadership that was there previously. Got a new leadership team in place. We're trying to play a different way, and the results haven't been good. It hasn't been good enough. I'm not hiding away from that, but we do have a longer-term plan in terms of the World Cup, and that's what we're here for.
Eddie said there were some improvements. What were they, you think, that you can take out of tonight?
Oh, well, I think, our set piece, our scrum probably finished on top. Our line-out was good. Thought the way we were able to negate France's defence was pretty good. We just didn't execute it well enough. We scored a couple of good tries, or 3 good tries. And I liked the way the players kept fighting. I really enjoyed that. And we've been a team that's been known to go away, and we kept fighting because they were red hot in the second half as well. Every bounce went their way. The referee was getting involved in the spirit of the La Marseille, and he was involved, and so it was a tough second half for us. But we kept in there and kept fighting.
From our perspective, Sully Vunivalu had a pretty good game there. Does he put pressure on the 2 guys who are regular starters there, and what do you make of his effort there?
Yeah, well, I was just speaking to someone before I came in. I was just thinking about the number of players that are improving. We've got more players improving than declining. And Sully's one who, at Super Rugby level, he couldn't blow a candle out. And now at Test level, he scored 1 good try, could have scored a couple more, and looks like he's ready to play at the highest level. And the big fella next to me, I think he had 3 carries in the try that Hooper scored. So we've got a lot of players improving. What we haven't got is that fit at the moment, that fit of everyone getting together. But we've got another 2 weeks to get ready for Georgia, and we'll move down that track pretty well.
And Eddie, World Cup's often won by sharp shooters. Is it a concern that not getting paid from ticking the scoreboard over regularly?
Yeah, no, 100%. But all we can do is work with the young kid. We've got young kids in this team. We're going to work with them. We're backing him, and he'll get better. He'll get better.
And can you just give us a bit of an update? Sama Karevi, Max Jorgensen, how are they tracking? Will they be fit and available? Yeah,
Karevi should be right for the first game. He did a full session yesterday, so I expect him to be right. Max is coming along really well. He just looks younger every time I see him. So I'm a bit worried about his age, whether he's 13 or 18, because I don't think we can play 13-year-olds. But he's coming along really well.
And Will, just yourself, how you sum that up, and did you question that decision for Sully Vunivalu to be shown a yellow? It seemed pretty harsh.
Yeah, obviously disappointed about the result. Not where we want to be on the scoreboard, but as Eddie said, I thought we showed extreme fight. We're connecting as a group better, and we're improving every week. A decision about Sully, that's out of my hands, mate. Whatever the ref says, it's usually what goes. We can't really put ourselves in that situation in the first place, so yeah.
And just from a scrum perspective, Eddie touched upon it, but must get a lot of confidence from the fact that with Taniela and Angus there, you've got two pretty world-class props.
Yeah, even young Zane and Big Shoppy off the bench, I thought. Big Brickhouse. Brick, his nickname is, of Shoppy off the bench, I think playing his first game, 80,000 in the arena. I thought those guys really stepped up in the second half, set piece-wise.
Any other questions in English?
A question for Eddie. I'm just wondering what you made of Fiji's win over England yesterday.
Can you say that again?
Just wondering what you made of Fiji's win over England yesterday.
Oh, bulla bulla. Fantastic, mate. It's really good to see, what were termed tier 2 countries before. A country like Fiji, go to Twickenham, beat England. It's great for the competition, great for Fiji in rugby, and it's only going to make it a better tournament. The thing, you come to this game today, which is, for both teams, it's a game to get ready for the World Cup, and you got 80,000 people, you got a fantastic atmosphere. This could be the World Cup that no one will ever forget. And then you got Fiji causing an upset against England at Twickenham, which adds even more flavour to the competition. And Samoa runs Ireland close. So, it's great for world rugby, great for Fiji. I'm sure they'll get a lot of confidence out of it. And great for the tournament, mate. Great.
Anything further in English?
Question for Eddie. You know very well the All Blacks. In what ways this French team you've just played can beat the All Blacks in 2 weeks?
Oh, well, I'm sure Fabian knows how to do that. He doesn't need advice from me. But, interesting. France look ready to play. New Zealand on Friday night didn't look ready to play. They've just travelled over, probably haven't had much training. Their timing, rhythm of the game was off. So they got 2 weeks to get ready now. It's the game at the moment. As we saw today, your ability to get in the opposition's 22 and then convert that to points is massively important. It's become almost the game. You got now almost a game in the 22 and a game outside the 22, and that game in the 22, you got to get points from it. And New Zealand were good in the Rugby Championship. France are good at doing that. So it's going to be a real battle, mate. Real battle. What a great way to start the tournament. I'm sure if they could build another stadium on top of this, they would. They get 160,000 in there.
Tom?
Eddie, I just wanted to check if there's any niggles. Andrew Kellaway looked a bit sore when he came off. And do you foresee any changes to your 33 that you will, go into next week?
I wouldn't think so at this stage, mate. Kellaway, I think's okay. We've been going through a tough training period, as the boys know. So everyone's right on the edge at the moment, and we'll have one more week of hard training in St. Etienne, and then we'll ease off a bit for the Georgia game. So we've got a few blokes right on the edge, but at this stage, I couldn't envisage the 33 being changed.
If nothing further, we'll try in French. Just put your headphones in there.
We won't need it. You can just speak in French to him, mate.
This is a trial, so we'll see how we go.
All right, here we go.
We don't need to do anything with the iPads? The code? It's already unlocked. Yep.
Bonsoir Eddy. Manifestement, une partie de votre stratégie consistait à beaucoup jouer au pied sur le troisième rideau français. Vous avez marqué 2 essais comme ça, mais les Français ont encore plus joué au pied que vous. Est-ce que ça vous a surpris?
No, well, the French are a high kicking team. You know, they're the highest kicking team in the world, so that didn't surprise us. But the way they defend, they do leave space for small kicks. You know, they're like any defence system. Every system's got its weakness. We had a little bit of a go at trying to expose that. But no, them kicking a lot didn't surprise me at all, mate. You know, the reason why France has gone from a bottom 10 team in the world to a top 10 team in the world has been based on their better kicking game and their ability to defend so strongly around the ruck.
Anything further?
Bonsoir. Je reviens sur ce que vous disiez tout à l'heure. Au vu des matchs de préparation, il semble qu'il y a 3 équipes au-dessus, la France, l'Afrique du Sud et l'Irlande. Et derrière, vous, l'Australie, l'Angleterre par exemple. Avec votre expérience, est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire s'il est encore possible de rattraper le retard au cours de la compétition?
Well, I think it depends on where your team is in the cycle. You know, if you look at those top 3 teams, they're very established teams. You know, they've been playing the same way for probably 5 years. Their personnel is very set. So, you know, the growth in those teams is maybe a little bit smaller than other teams. Like for instance, us, we're still learning how we want to play. You know, we're still getting to know each other as a team, and each week we'll get a little bit stronger and a little bit better. And I wouldn't discount New Zealand, mate. You know, New Zealand were beaten by South Africa only because they were still in pre-season, mate.